I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to be terrified of zippers. Okay, but seriously, until 2 weeks ago, I had never sewn a zipper before because I had this mental block, like, it's too hard, I can't do it. I don't know what that was about because it turns out it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make a cute little lined zippered bag. And it's pretty easy, perfect for a beginner, even if you have literally never sewed a zipper like I hadn't. Hi, I'm Nikita and welcome to my channel where this is what I do. I drink and I sew things. Today I'm drinking an Imperial Stout. It looks really good. I've never had this before. It's by Heathen Brewing. It is called Mega Mint because it's a chocolate milk stout that they use fresh picked mint in. And it has this super cute hand-dipped wax seal. How do you think I'm supposed to open this? We're gonna find out together. Okay. Ooh. Got a tiny piece. Yes! And I hope this beer is good because I just worked really hard to get at it. Oh my gosh, it smells like an Andes mint. Oh my gosh. So it's kind of like if a peppermint mocha were a beer. Huh. Well, isn't that just yummy? All right, now grab your beer, grab your zipper. Let's do this thing. You're going to need your zipper. This zipper is 9 inches long. So from here to here, it's 10.5 inches long. This is a 7-inch zipper. So from here to here, it's 8.5 inches long. So take the length of your zipper and add 1.5 inches. And that is how wide your piece of fabric needs to be. You are also going to need 2 pieces of outer fabric and 2 pieces of lining fabric. This is going to be my outer fabric and my lining fabric. I have cut these so that this one is 10.5 inches and I've cut it so that it's 8 inches tall. This one is 8.5 inches by about 6.5 inches. You can choose the height of your bag, whatever you would like it to be, but don't forget about the seam allowance. We're gonna be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, which means if you want an 8-inch tall bag, you need to cut your fabric 9 inches tall. For this project, you're also going to want sewing clips or binder clips if you don't have these. You can use pins, but these are a million times easier. All right, let's do this. You're gonna start with just 1 piece of lining and 1 piece of outer fabric. Put the lining face up, then put the zipper face up on top of the lining and line up the top edge. Then you're gonna take your outer fabric and place it face down. See how my pattern has a direction to it. This is the side that I want facing up. So because this is the one I want to be the top, this is what I'm going to match up to the top of the zipper. Now I want to take extra care to line up all 3 layers at the top, and then we are going to clip them together. Now that it's clipped, I'm going to go sew this top edge. Your machine likely has a zipper foot that comes with it. So I'm just going to pop off my existing foot and then just pop on my zipper foot. My thread is black, it's not matching to my zipper or my fabric, so I'm gonna change it so that it is matching. Let's make sure our drink is by our sewing machine. And then for a seam allowance, I'm going to line up the edge of my zipper foot with the edge of the zipper teeth. I can feel it right here. So it's just gonna go right along the edge of the zipper teeth as I sew. Make sure you backstitch, and then let's sew almost to the end. Now I've gotten to the actual zipper itself, so I'm gonna stop and backstitch. Then I'm gonna cut my thread. Now I'm going to open it. Look how cute that looks. And I'm going to unzip this slightly and then flip it back. Make sure that all my edges are still lined up. Then I'm gonna start right about back where I was, and I'm just going to finish sewing all the way to the end. Now we're just going to go ahead and close our zipper. It's super important that we press this edge. So take your iron, and when we press it, we're gonna press it out. Then I like to flip it and make sure that the lining didn't get tucked under or anything, and then I like to press the lining too. Now, after I've pressed this flat, I'm gonna take it back to my machine and I'm going to top stitch right along here. You may again have to stop and then unzip and then finish the last bit. You may be able to get by though, since we're just doing a top stitch and we're not going super close. And now this is what it looks like with a top stitch. Now we need our other piece of lining and outside piece. So take your lining and put it face up again. Now we're gonna put the zipper on too, but now it's attached to all this other stuff. So line up the top of the zipper with this top edge of your lining. And then we're going to put the outer piece face down on top. Go ahead and clip this top edge. Now we're gonna take this to our sewing machine and we're going to stitch it again. Now I'm starting on the side that has the zipper. So instead of starting at the very top, I'm actually gonna start a little ways down so that I can be clear of the zipper, and then I'll go back and sew that up later. Remember to line up the edge of your foot to the edge of the zipper teeth. Open it up and unzip the zipper a bit, and then we're just going to finish stitching this last part. Now we're going to go press it again. Let's take a mid-project drink break. Can you tell which side we haven't pressed yet? Go ahead, we're going to remember to press this outward. After I press it, you can see how my edges are not quite square with each other. So I'm just going to take my rotary cutter and just square those up real quick. Now that I have my zipper sewn in and the top stitching done, I'm going to start actually sewing them together into bags, which we will do by placing the right sides of the outer layer together and the right sides of the inner layer together. However, do not forget an important step before we start doing that and pinning it together. You need to unzip your zipper. Otherwise it becomes really difficult to flip your bag right side out. Don't ask me how I know. However, if you do forget and you start sewing, as long as you don't remember too late, it is possible to still unzip it while you're sewing it. But I would recommend just doing this first. So now let's start putting our bags together. Now here comes the part where we're gonna kind of make it look like a zippered bag. We're gonna place the lining pieces right sides together and then pick it up so that the outside pieces are also right sides together. Then we are going to clip or pin around the edges. I like to use clips. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I definitely prefer clips. Here's the important part though. When we are lining up the edges and clipping them, this zipper needs to lay one way or the other. We want the zipper to lay toward the lining piece. So you're gonna fold it so that the zipper falls toward the lining piece, and then you're going to clip or pin this edge right here. After I've clipped both of these edges, then I'm gonna go around and line up and clip the rest of them. And I've gone ahead and left myself a double clips reminder with a 3 to 4 inch gap in the middle on the lining side. This is where I'm going to start and this is where I'm going to stop, because when we stitch over this gap, it'll be on the lining so no one will notice. So let's take this to our machine. We're going to be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, starting from this part of the lining, going all the way around and stopping here. Make sure you don't let this get warm. Woo! Remember to put your needle down and pivot when you get to the corner. As we approach this part where we folded over the zipper, just go slow. And then once you're clear, you can speed back up again. I just realized I forgot to do something super important that you should definitely not forget to do. Before you pin everything together, just don't make the mistake I did. But if you've gotten this far, you can actually go ahead and undo your clips. Put your needle down if you forgot like me, and you are going to go inside of your bag and you're going to unzip the zipper. Make sure it's unzipped all the way. Now I'm going to just replace my clips. And to make it super nice looking when you turn it out, go ahead and snip the corners. Now it's time to turn it right side out. So reach inside, and this is why we make sure we undo the zipper before we sew it all together. Flip it right side out. If you want to make these corners look extra nice, take a pin and place it inside through the hole in the lining and just gently work it into the corners, and then they'll poke out real nice. I'm going to do the same thing to the lining corner. We're so close to being done, you guys. Celebratory drink. Now you can see that my lining is naturally folding under, so I am going to help it fold under. You can pin this, you can press it, but I'm actually just going to hold it and sew it really quick. I'm going to top stitch just across the opening. And now we're just going to push the lining inside of the bag. I'm going to push up this corner here where the zipper is with my finger, and then I'm going to use my finger to make the corners meet. Ta-da! And look how lovely that is. Oh, nice. And in celebration, I'm gonna finish my beer. Cheers to you. Woo. Now that you know how easy this is, shh, don't tell anyone, because then you can make these for everyone that you know, and everyone will be like, oh my gosh, you're such an amazing sewist. Like, yeah, I can do all the hard things. And nobody has to know that this thing takes like 15 minutes. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you had fun sewing with me today. And if you did, I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe, and then stick around so that you can drink along and sew along with me on my next video. Thanks for watching. It's the most wonderful time to drink beer.